Anyone have any news they want to share about someone in our club or their families?
All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Joe. Bill Moore, introduction of guests.
Yes, good morning. Welcome, club. It is my pleasure to introduce Brenda Gibbs. She is the CEO of the William A. Hunton.
Well, hold on, not yet. Not yet. No. Do we have any guests that are visiting other than Brenda? We'll introduce her in a little bit.
If they are, I do not know of them.
I didn't see any that we were not aware of. So
okay, sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine. We will get back to you. I do want to let everyone know that our School of the Week this week is actually the William Hunton Little Readers Library. Traditionally, we make we honor our speaker with a donation of a book to the School of the Week, and we're doing a little bit of an exception given our affinity for the Little Readers Library. Wanted to let everyone know that today's rotation scribe is Ed Ware. So if you do speak up, make sure you speak up clearly and loudly so that he can get the information that he needs.
Hey, Jim, I actually
yes.
don't see Ed on the call. Am I
I'm on the call. I'm here.
Okay, I see you now.
Yeah, I saw you earlier, Ed. So, all right, thank you. Walt, you have some information for us about some upcoming service projects. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Walt.
Is this better?
Yep, that's much better.
Okay. So the first event we have is at the food bank. It's on the 22nd of August from 10 to 1. They were unable to tell me exactly what we would be doing. However, with the new rules in place, they are only allowing 15 of our members to show up. And they said if there's 16, that 16th person will not be allowed in. So I have not set up any kind of registration yet. Can we do that somehow internally to the club?
Yes, we can, but just also understand that they may have us, if we're not already registered with the food bank, when we get there, they may have us do it also. But yes, we can certainly set up a registration so we know how many people are going to be attending. And I know it's not our club's usual practice, but the sooner you can let us know that you want to be there, the better. We tend to be a late responding group. But I think in the circumstances surrounding what's going on with the food bank earlier would be better.
And Jim, how do I set that up, or who sets that up?
We can set it up for you.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Did you want to talk about the other one also?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I finally made contact with the folks at Norfolk, and we've been assigned Lafayette Park, Zone 2, which essentially is, if you're on Granby Street looking back toward the ball field in the big open area, there's a section of woods right behind that. That's Zone 2. So it's a large area, it's predominantly shaded. I've set that up for the 26th of August, which is the following week after the food bank, on Friday from 8:30 going to about 11 o'clock. And I don't have a whole lot of details right now.
What time does that start again?
I set it up for 8:30.
Okay.
I wanted to make it as early as we could to stay out of the heat as much as possible.
Okay.
And we have a meeting, or a Zoom meeting with them this Friday, so I'll get more details then and provide those details to the club. Do we have a meeting next week?
We do have a meeting next week, yes.
Okay, perfect. So
yep.
I'll do that then. Also at the food bank, they asked us to do a couple of things. closed-toed shoes, so no sandals or anything like that, and make sure you have your mask with you. And I'm done. Thanks, Jim.
Okay, thanks, Walt. I appreciate that. And just so the membership is aware, one of the things we're trying to do is remain engaged with each other and remain engaged with the community. And these two events, helping at the food bank and helping keeping Norfolk beautiful at the Lafayette Park, are two of the things that we feel that we can do safely and gather together and do some good in the community. So anyone else have any ideas, feel free to bring them to Walt's attention or Bill Eisenbeiss's attention or any members of the board. So next we have, anyone have some good news that they would like to share? If you do, feel free to unmic or unmute yourself and share your good news with us. Diana.
Good afternoon, everybody. Last week I told you about some good news about the Arts Festival that we were getting ready to open up with the Michelangelo exhibit at the mall, and then our Norfolk State University's production of a soldier play. I want to give some happy bucks because we really had no idea what to expect with the Michelangelo exhibit, and it's turned out to just be phenomenal. People are coming out, they're wearing their masks, they're doing social distancing, they're using the hand sanitizer, they're buying the tickets for timed entry. We've had more than 500 people over the first 300 days, over the first 3 days that have come. You think that's a lot of people, but it's only 10 people every 15 minutes. So it's pretty amazing, and it's very, very inspirational to come and see the Sistine Chapel artwork actually all around you. So I'm overjoyed with the way that the community is reacting to it. So that's my happy thoughts.
And thank you, Diana, and I wanted to remind everyone that we are now fully functional on using Venmo to pay fines and happy bucks. And we're still in the process of adding Zelle as an option for folks. So please feel free to take advantage of that easy means of contributing to our funds that we're able to give away during our grants process. Any other happy bucks?
This is Joe New.
Yes, Joe.
Last week I missed the meeting because I was at Glacier National Park in Montana. It's a beautiful place to go hiking and getting out in the fresh air where there's easy social distancing. The signs around there tell you that 6 feet is equivalent to 4 skunks or one grizzly bear. So that's their way of telling you what 6 feet is. So I'd like to contribute $6 for 6 days at Glacier National Park. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks, Joe. Anyone else? Pam.
Yay, thanks, Jim. Well, after 7 years, that's how long it took my dear son through getting his Master of Divinity degree, his internship, his professional education, his tests and his interviews and everything. The Presbytery of Trinity Presbytery of South Carolina accepted him, which was the last hurdle prior to his being ordained. And he will be ordained this Sunday. So Ace and I are going to drive down and be part of that in Greenwood, South Carolina. And it actually is going to be broadcast live on YouTube. If anyone is interested, all you have to do is go to YouTube and search for First Presbyterian Church, Greenwood, South Carolina, and you'll see Gordon Tubbs' ordination. So 3 o'clock this Sunday, and I'm happy to send some happy bucks to be joyful over that news.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Let me check the other page.
I I think you should call on Bob Batcher so he can give himself clean about not wearing his pin on a recent interview.
Bob, fess up.
Well, it's now part of my PJs. I don't get more than a half an inch away from my rotary pin. Diana, I had the pleasure of talking with Diana on Prime Time with Bob, which is a Facebook show about the Michelangelo. I also did an interview with her co-worker, Allie, who did a tour of the Michelangelo. I did not have my pin on with Diana. She called me out on it. And that gave us the opportunity to profess to being Rotarians. I will say, though, that her co-worker's stream is outdoing her 2-to-1. And Allie's stream just went over 1,000 views. So do the math on that one. Diana, thank you for everything. It's a great event.
Okay, I'm counting on all my Rotarian friends to go up there and like that page, please.
Yes, please do, yes, please do. And I will, I'll give the appropriate fine and pay ahead.
Thank you, Bob. Anyone else? I just want to pay some happy bucks. Thrilled to have Brenda Gibbs with me. I love what's going on at the Hunt and Y. I love the fact that our club has a close relationship with them, and so we'll be sending some happy bucks earmarked to make its way to the Huntin'. Anyone else? Okay, if there's no other, our vice president in charge of programs is Lori Harrison, and Lori, you have the stage.
Thank you. I want to introduce Bill Moore today. He's our Rotarian of the Day. Bill has been a Rotarian for about 20 years, and he's been in 3 different clubs. His favorite part of Rotary Club is that Rotarians working together is a powerful force to make significant change in the world. So amen to that. Bill is a hiker. He's hiked the Grand Canyon all the way to the bottom 4 different times. And the last time he did it, he was able to do it with his 2 sons. And it was about 5 years ago. So that's it. And Bill can take it away and introduce Brenda.
Okay. Again, good afternoon, club. It's my pleasure to introduce Brenda Gibbs, the CEO of the Hunt and Y. Brenda has been here many times. She's been in social work about 30 years. We met her as a club a little over a year ago, and there were 3 Rotarians on the tour. Brenda was doing a tour that she has done hundreds of times, and I don't think any of us realized that was going to be a start of something really significant. And you know, just how the world works out. We finished that kitchen, celebrated it just in time for the COVID virus, and that kitchen has gone in an entirely different direction than when we originally thought. And I'm sure Brenda's going to speak to that. And with that, I turn it over to Brenda.
You're on mute, Brenda.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. This is, of course, this is the freezer, walk-in freezer. And y'all see, we can buy in bulk now. Yay! We don't have to buy one item at a time. And then we can buy a week's worth of milk at once. And as you all can see, we can buy enough food. We can get sales now. We are serving. We are a grab and go site for our community. And we had to become a grab and go site because if you read the newspaper, you know that they have gang wars in the different communities. And so the gangs have turfs. In order for the kids in our community to get to the grab and go site, they had to go through 2 rival communities. So the parents weren't letting them go pick up food. And so you had kids who really needed that food because the parents worked and the children were just at home during the day. So we applied and we got a waiver. We became a grab and go site. We're serving 200 breakfasts and 200 lunches a day. And we could literally serve 500 a day if we had that many, because every day we still have to turn around kids. The only way that would have been possible is with the kitchen, what Rotary did for us with the kitchen and what the Rotary did for us with getting us a freezer and a walk-in cooler. Now, the grab and go program, those 400 meals are separate from the meals that we provide for our child care kids every day. Another room that I've been spanning, I want to show you, is our Rotary reading room. Oh, the ice machine, yeah, we had that on the side. We were buying bags of ice every day. And so that helped us. In the reading room, we have a class in here. They're getting ready to leave. But I came in while they were in there so you could see that our kids, we use the Rotary reading room every day. It is a part of our curriculum. So different groups of kids come in, they read books, they have books read to them. We give them books if they like books, and we also do educational activities with them. I'm going through one of the classrooms. It's kind of dark because these kids are taking their nap. So I had been asked about doing a PowerPoint, but I'd much rather y'all actually see us in progress. So I've been through the kitchen, the Rotary reading room, and the walk-in cooler. I can't thank you all, thank the Rotary enough for the support that you all have given us. We have organizations that come all the time that will make 1 or 2 donations, or they may come and volunteer and help us for a couple of days. We have never had an organization that sticks with us and continuously helps our kids like the Rotary does, and it is greatly appreciated. When Lorna got ready to retire, y'all brought over scooters for our kids. It's with buying toys and equipment is just ongoing. And I like to use the analogy, look at your grandkids. How long does a toy last? 2 or 3 of your grandkids. Now imagine, we have over 150 kids a day in here. So you can see balls and toys, you know, as much as we try to make them last, they do have a shelf life. So your donations of books, your donations of toys, that really, really helps us. And I just can't say thank you enough on behalf of the staff and our kids and of course the board. Your help is needed and it is greatly appreciated. The food program, getting us that kitchen, redoing our kitchen and getting us that walk-in cooler and freezer, that just really helps save us, because the grants that we can apply for that help support these programs really help our kids and help our organizations continue. So thank you once again. I don't know how much time I had, so.
Well, you know, you're still good, Brenda. If there's anything else you want to show us, or if you're just open to some questions from our members, it's up to you.
Well, yes, if your members have any questions.
Hey, Brenda.
Uh-huh.
Is it possible to show that awesome bounce house? Are
okay, they let it down because it was their time to go.
Oh, okay.
But no,
I was surprised when I saw it, how awesome it was.
Oh yes, it's absolutely. But that class you just saw, that was the one that's in the gym that would have been in the bounce house. Let me see if they, Jaleesa, they want to see the bounce house. The bounce house. The bounce house. Okay. Is it? Okay. It's not, it's been put up, okay, because they had to go to the reading room because it was their time in the reading room, and now it's their outside time. But I'll have them put it up.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just so surprised when I saw it that it was so different from any other bounce house.
Oh yes, it's beautiful. I mean, we were shocked. We were shocked. It is really nice.
Brenda,
Uh-huh.
I have a question for you. This is Steve Jones.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering, have you applied for a 21st Century grant?
Is that the one that just came out on the 10th? Because
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I have an email now that I hadn't had a chance to look at because I saw the title, and I think that was it. Is it one that the RFP is in process now?
I think it is. The reason I raised the question with you, I'm on the board along with Chuck Spence with Young Audiences of Virginia. They were one of our sponsors, Studs and Buds, and they're interested in partnering with an organization similar to yours that would provide, if we get the grant, to have performances during the course of the time when kids are there at the center. And I'm wondering whether or not something like that could be facilitated. I'd be more than happy to try to coordinate something if you're interested.
Okay, yes, I would be interested. Anything that'll bring additional programs in for our kids, we're very interested in it because we're constantly looking for opportunity. So you can just give me a call, but I'm sure that's one of the emails that I have.
Okay.
I'm just remembering the topic, but yes, give me a call after this is over, and so we can coordinate it.
Yeah, I'll follow up, and they have some wonderful individuals that are very astute at grant writing, so we should be able to put something together, but I'll follow up with you.
Oh, okay, that would just be great.
Thanks, Brenda.
Brenda, this is Bill Moore.
Oh, hi, Bill.
If the Norfolk schools go remote with their learning this fall, how does that impact you and your kids?
Well, we're looking at that now. One of my biggest concerns is the feeding program. Because we have had kids who have religiously come every day since we started the grab and go in March. And I'm really concerned about the children, when they're not in school, them getting their meals. Now, if you read the data that's being put out by the schools, they say on days that kids are not in school, that either their parents or them can come pick up the meals. Well, that was the problem that started us with having the grab and go program in the first place, was that the kids didn't want to have to come out and go through the communities without having adult supervision because of the gang problems and the violence that's in the communities. So we're looking at that now to see what days they're having school and if we can provide some meals. When schools let out this past year and the children had to do the take-home packets, we found out that there were kids whose parents had not picked up the take-home packets. There were kids who were not doing the packets. In fact, 7 community kids were not going to pass because they had not turned in their packets, and we allowed them to come up here every day and do their Zoom classes, and all 7 of them passed. So we're very concerned about the impact on the kids if they go either virtual or half days or part of the weeks. So we're looking at that now to see what ways we can help the kids. But like I said, one of the ways that we know their need is meals and food.
Do you need school supplies?
Yes, because we still have our child care program, our before and after school program, and we have 70 kids in that program. And so we do homework, academic assistance with those kids, so we can always use school supplies, always.
Do you have a list?
We haven't made a list because historically we will get the list out of the stores, but there's just general supplies, paper, scissors, glue, ink pens, pencils, that kind of stuff. Because see, we help the kids do their homework and help the kids do their lessons. We don't necessarily give the kids the supplies to take to schools because we usually have organizations that'll come into the community and they'll do distributions directly to the kids. What we need supplies for is helping kids with their homework and helping kids do their assignments every day. So even if the kids don't have the supplies when they come out of school, we have them here on site. And they're blowing up.
Oh my gosh.
This is the bounce house.
I've never seen a bounce house like that.
You got any kids
Go in it.
coming here?
I'm amazed that you can blow something that big up that fast.
Yes.
Jim and Lorna, you did really good. Wow.
Well, Brenda tells me that the pump that inflates that bounce house actually works on one of their previous bounce houses, so it now is more usable as well, right, Brenda?
Right. Kind of see it from a distance. It is. But one of the things that we try to do is have the kids get 60 minutes of active physical activity each day, and this helps them to get that 60 minutes of active physical activity because they go in and play in it. And we use this. Our primary focus are kids up to 5th grade. So even the little kids can play in this. They can go inside. It's enclosed, so they can jump and tumble. And then they have little inflatable things that they can climb on. The kids are taking their naps now. You saw I went through the room. That's why we didn't have any kids in here playing. And lunch is just over, so this is cleanup time. You can see they straightening up. These are community kids in this program. These are not the kids that are in the regular child care program. So, and academics or education is a part of what they do every day. Yeah, the kids are gone outside.
Brenda, do those kids that are in the academic program, do they need computers or laptops and things like that, or do you have enough of that?
Oh no, our computers are old, so they're dying out. We had some computers that were laptops that were donated by YUSA about a year ago, and when we get donated computer, one of the challenges that we face is there are old computers that companies and businesses no longer use anymore. So historically, we have had to pay someone to come in and set up the networks, update the computer. Getting an inexpensive laptop from a place like Walmart is equally as good as a donated computer, because with the donated computers, we end up having to buy software, having to get them connected, having to have a technician come in. So we have some computers in our computer library, but they don't have enough memory to accommodate the software that the kids are needing to use. We are looking at that because if they go on Zoom, like the children that we had coming this summer, the 7 children that we had, 4 of them had classes around the same time. So we were letting the kids use our cell phones, use our laptops so that they could do their classes. Once again, it gets back to, we don't really know how the semester is going to look once the kids go back to school. And I think I read somewhere that the schools were going to be giving the kids some laptops. I know they were doing it in Virginia Beach, but in Norfolk yet. Hold down, y'all go get in the bounce house. Look at them. They were outside, so we went to get them. Hey, baby. Yeah, they don't get in the shoes. There's no shoes in it. They have to put the shoes in the basket. Every child has a basket at their desk, and that basket is for them to put all of their stuff in. They getting ready. Go on, y'all can go on in. We always tell them to wait. They love that bounce house. Can you see yourself? They have a ball in that thing. And we just have to control, you know, they play, we let them play a little while, then they come out and another group goes in because we're still maintaining the social distance with them. Okay, were y'all able to see them?
Yeah. Yes.
Brenda, this is Lori. How long have you been there?
16 years.
How do you have the energy to do this every day?
Well, I would have to say I'm motivated by the kids because I'm an old lady, you know, so I'm actually motivated by the energy of the kids. I just, you know, I always say I don't come to work in pumps and pantyhose. I come to work in blue jean cutoffs and a comfortable shirt so that I can go and interact with the kids. And we're a small organization, so oftentimes it's not uncommon that I may have to work with a group, and I don't ever know when that's going to happen. So I just come prepared to work with them, and I don't know where to end it. It just comes. Now, another program that we're doing in conjunction with our food program is food distribution, and this food box distribution rather. These are boxes from the food bank, and we have some that we put out. See, people are already picking them up. So we have to come through and straighten these up a couple of times during the day, but we have food boxes, and that also, see, this whole shelf is gone. So that we have to come out and restock the shelves. But that also increased the need in our feeding program, because when people come up to get the food boxes, then they learn that we have a feeding program. And so we have even more kids coming to get meals. That's why I say we're distributing 200 breakfast and 200 at lunch, but we very easily could distribute 300-400 a day because the need is definitely there.
I hear that Chef Paul puts out the menu so people know when the lasagna's on, right?
Oh, we got people who call every day. They call up and say, what do y'all, okay, just like today, he did fish, which is a favorite. We had people waiting in line by 11:30 for the 12 o'clock distribution. By 12:15, all 200 meals were gone. And that's not uncommon. When he has another favorite that they like is spaghetti, because he makes the homemade spaghetti sauce. And when we have spaghetti and garlic toast, we have a line out there. We have had people who come and pick up the breakfast in the morning, go take that home to the kids, and come back like by 10:30 and literally sit out there to wait so that they can be first in line and be able to get lunches. Okay. As management staff, we have to rotate.
I understand you also put stuff in the back of your half ton and deliver.
Oh, yes. Yes. My truck is the company truck. We deliver food boxes and we deliver meals, because you have some kids who live with elderly grandparents, or they live with other relatives, and they are not able to come to pick up the meals. So we deliver them to them. This is how the supplies go. These are supplies that we have in here for the meals. And that's just for the rest of this week.
Brenda, how many people work in the kitchen with the chef?
Mr. Paul is the only cook, and we go in there to help him. So we'll go help as needed, but we only have one person working. When I say small, I mean small. That's why the managers, there are 4 of us on the management team, well, 5 of us on the management team, if you count me. And for the teachers so that they can take lunch break. We sit in the classrooms. If someone calls in, whether they're sick or they're just off or they're on vacation, we have to go in and substitute. When Mr. Paul is fixing the lunches, some of the teachers will come in and serve the child care students, because we have the grab and go program, which is where they're coming and picking up the lunches, but then we also have to feed the kids that are on site. And then we have the summer leap program. With those, it's up to 36 now, with those 36 kids who are in the gym. So we just rotate, we come to work every day prepared to work. And then we come in and we still have the paperwork that goes with all of the programs. We still have that to do.
Now, we were going to talk about setting up a reading program for you, but we can't do that yet, right? We have to wait until we're allowed into the facility.
Yes, right. We have several entities that we have to answer to. You have the Department of Social Services that has the licensing requirement. Okay, they're still want us to maintain a safe environment for the kids, so we take everybody's temperature when they come in. We only allow essential people in the building. We still have the parents have to come in the front foyer. They cannot come any further. We go get the kids. We take the kids to the classrooms. Then we have the health department. And of course, the health department wants us to maintain the sanitation standards. So we have to go through the building and sanitize the countertops, the door handles, the bathrooms, all of that every hour. And generally, this is stuff that the management staff does, because the teachers are in the classroom with the kids. Mr. Paul is in the kitchen preparing the meals. Then we will go and help Mr. Paul set up the meals that have to be distributed to the kids that are in the child care program and to the kids that are in the LEAP program, as we are packaging the meals that are going to be distributed to the through the grab and go program. Well, also in that window of time, you have teachers that have to go on break, teachers that have to go to lunch, so we have to substitute for them. We usually do our deliveries to the community, because we have it's like 52 individuals, but it's about 20 something apartments that we deliver to. So we go, and they're all in close proximity. So we go and we drop off the meals or drop off the food boxes to them. So logistically, just keeping everything going, that's a challenge also.
You are amazing.
We just, no, I think you all are amazing. But, you know, just to have an organization that takes the time to understand what we do and understand the challenges that we face, and then are sticking with us through the long haul. You know, I say, we can't say thank you enough. The community is changing. In the next 3 to 5 years, this community won't look like this, because they want to tear down this public housing, not just Tidewater Park, but also Young's and Calvert. So the demographic that we serve is going to change. The community is going to change. And right now, we have no idea where we'll be going. You know, we don't know. We have no idea where we'll be going. But hopefully, we'll be able to continue to serve the demographic of kids that we serve now.
Brenda, hey, it's Marty Race. You leave us all breathless, I think, just listening to what you do. And you should see what's going on in the chat room. We are there for you, kiddo. I mean, our members are ready to do whatever it is you need when you need it. Am I right, folks? I mean, seriously. So I think you got us for the long haul.
One of your members contacted, man, I have the names written down, so I have to keep reminding y'all, you know, I have to write stuff down, and I'm terrible with names. But one of the members contacted us about tutoring kids in math, and we're really excited about that, because a lot of our kids struggle with math. But
that's Walt.
Oh, Walt, yes.
Yeah.
But we're back at waiting to see about social distancing and space requirements. As soon as we know, we're not taking any chances, because there have been child care centers that have been closed because they're not following the sanitation guidelines, or they're not taking the temperatures, or they're not practicing the social distancing. So we're not taking any chances. Until the rules are changed, we're not, we're following whatever the guidelines say, whatever the powers that be say we have to do, that's what we're doing, because we want to remain open for our kids.
Brenda, could you possibly Zoom a math tutoring?
We could, but once again, when they were doing the classes, we would have to let someone use one of our phones or let someone use one of our laptops, and we use them for work.
Yeah.
Now, some of the children have phones. The parents have brought phones with them, so some of them have them. So setting up a Zoom would possibly be doable, after we identify, but just the logistics of it.
Okay.
Brenda, I understand you had Jeff Wells over there helping with the problem this last week. Are you all okay now?
Well, yes. What happened? The ovens were kept. The pilot light wouldn't stay on, and they couldn't figure out what the problem was. And so this technician that came on yesterday, it's something technical about some one of the elements or something. I'm not sure, because I don't know about the parts. I'm not a fixer-upper person at all. But anyway, he had to order another part. So he said the part was coming in and he was going to fix it today. And I haven't had a chance to check with Paul yet to see if he has been over. I've been in here with webinars all morning.
Good.
Oh, and then we had another one. That's another one, another issue too. It wasn't just the oven. The fire marshal came in and said that we had to have 6 inches on both sides of the stove to fit under the hood. So we've got to get some splash guards, I guess, for lack of a better term, some splash guards to go on the side of the hood. We've had 2 companies come in, but they haven't been able to. One company came in, they did the measurements, but he said they didn't want to take on the job for whatever reason. And we've had another company that came in. So Jeff has just been really helping us with trying to get those issues resolved. Had it not been for him, the pallet lights on the ovens would probably still be out, but he was just persistent. So the next thing is that we have to get the splash guards with the hood.
We love Jeff too.
Oh, yes. He was very persistent. I mean, he was calling the people. See, we can't try not to be pushy, because we don't want the people to get mad with us. So we'll just kind of be accommodating. But Jeff was right on top of it. I mean, when he learned that someone hadn't showed up or someone hadn't called, he got right on it and called them. It was like the next day we had people coming out. And in some cases, the same day we had people coming out.
Any other questions for Brenda? All right. Well,
I have a question about the people that come for the grab and go meals.
Uh-huh.
Are there all ages of people going? Are you serving some of your older residents too, and different ones?
No, the grab and go is strictly for children.
Children.
We do, yes. Now, the part, because USDA won't reimburse unless it's for children. We do have a feeding program for our seniors, but those are not USDA meals. Those are just meals that Mr. Paul prepares. And I think we have 13 seniors and these are just elderly seniors who have medical conditions or they're housebound and they live in the community, and we just feed those. Now, with those not having to meet USDA requirements, that means we can take like the leftovers from the different meals and make them a plate. And so that way we don't throw away any food. We use all the food that's prepared.
Brenda, how do you select the recipients of the food boxes and the food program?
It's first come, first serve. We just advertise it. Well, with us being in a public housing community, the people that learn about our program are lower income residents. And they learn from hearsay, and then Hunting historically has done this. So we have people who will call us and say, has anyone donated any furniture? Do y'all have any furniture? Somebody is moving or they need a bed or something. Or we'll have people who will call and say, are y'all going to be giving out food boxes? So we have people who call and ask. We don't discriminate. I mean, anybody in need, will help them. They don't have to fill out an application form or anything like that. They just tell us that they're in need.
I still have one hospital bed.
Oh, okay. Well, that other person was on the Outer Banks, so, and you know they've been shut down over there. So I hadn't been over, but I'm gonna, whenever this dies down. I mean, have you all heard anything? Have you all, is it gonna get better like 2 months down the road, 6 months down the road, or is it just every day? We just wait and see what happens every day.
It's gonna get better. I believe it's gonna get better.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a wish. That's not a fact. That's just that's just what you wish will happen.
I believe, Brenda. That's what I believe.
Oh, okay.
I thank you so much for everything you do.
Well,
you're amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. That's I'm just trying. I often think of how do I want to be remembered. No, and now with social media, to me, the beauty of that, it allows us to see or read what people actually think and how they actually feel about people. Because you can see a post, or I can put out a post that'll show the kids playing. And I get actual in-time comments where people make comments. And I have decided for myself that when I'm gone, I want people to say, she always tried to help people. So that is what I try to do.
Yeah.
Well, you've done a lot of good stuff for our club too. You make us feel good. So often we help with projects that are at a distance. You touch our heart because you're really close to us. Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah.
And that's why I tried to post it. I tried to put it out there so y'all can see the paperwork, with not with grants, the paperwork and the documentation. And because we have a small staff, that sometimes gets overwhelming, but I still try to put out, and show people that our kids, we have smart kids, we have good kids. They are just poor and they're in situations that are beyond their control. Right. No, if y'all saw the news last week, there was a lady who ran over her husband in the shopping center. Well, when I saw one of the kids who posted about it, that kid came to my program about 12 years ago. She's grown now, but she came to my program about 12 years ago. Mm. So we have kids who are a victim of their environment through no fault of their own. And if organizations like the Rotary Club, the YMCA, if we're going to, if we want things to change, if we want these kids to have an opportunity, then we have to start working with them while they are children. Because we as human beings, we normalize whatever environment we're in. So if these kids grow up in a violent community, in a violent environment where all they see is the negatives of the community, they are going to become negative, violent people. So we have to get with them when they're at this age, at the formative age, and try to guide them in a different direction. And the Rotary, you all are helping us do that. I mean, imagine kids who cannot go outside and play. For our generation, that's normal. I mean, that's what you did. You came in from school, you put your books down, you put on your play clothes, and you went outside and played. These kids can't do that. So, but we have the inflatables here. We have toys and games and stuff here. So they can just come in and play and be children. And these things are important in the social development of children.
Yeah.
Brenda, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us. you are an inspiration. The Y is an inspiration to our club, and we treasure the relationship that we have with the Huntin' Y, and you know, we're there for you. We're committed to doing whatever we can to make your organization serve children more fully.
And before, I just thought about something while y'all was sitting at, before we close, because I do have a meeting I have tonight. Let me see. I want y'all to meet this little. I want you all to see Quamon. He lives with his grandmother because it was a bad situation. What, Quamon? Come here, Quamon. He just got back from vacation. He got an award from Kenny Alexander. What did you get that award for? That I told you, I remember when you got the award from the mayor, where he had made not less than a B and had not missed a day from school.
Wow.
And it was like how many years? It was from, he was in, I think you were in what, like third grade, fourth grade?
Yeah, third grade.
He was in the third grade. He had not missed a day of school since he started and had not made less than an A. Okay, you can go on back. Whew. And yes, he lived, like I said, he lives with his grandmother and in Tidewater Park, but she wants her grandson to grow up and be successful. And he is a very good kid. He's still making good grades.
That's awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, Brenda, we're here for you. You know, if you, when the time is appropriate for us to get involved in person, we want to do that.
Okay.
One of our big complaints right now is that we don't have enough opportunities to serve, and as soon as it's safe to operate within and help with the hunting, we're there for you. And we appreciate you taking the time and joining us today. One of the things that our club has historically been very involved with is literacy. And what we do is when we honor our guest speaker with a book presented in their honor. So this one will actually be easy for you to find because our book of the week is going to the William Huntin Little Readers Library. So so we'll get it over there as soon as we can, and it'll have a little plaque inside of it or a little tag inside of it saying that it's there in your honor for joining us at today's meeting.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Well, and we look forward to seeing you again, and I'm sure we will. And again, feel free to reach out to us, and we will stay in touch with you. You have my commitment on that.
All right, then. Thank y'all, and y'all have a blessed day.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Our next meeting is next week, August 18th, and that will be our official visit from District Governor Judy Cockrell. So look forward to seeing everyone then, 12:30 next week. We'll shoot out an email with some more of the details and sign-up information for the food bank and also for the Lafayette Park cleanup. So thank you all for attending. Great to see everyone. We're adjourned till next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great meeting.